The city of Kyoto had many art galleries. Most displayed beauty, but the gallery on Kiyomizu Street displayed something else: pain. The paintings were disturbing faces twisted in quiet terror, lovers embracing in burning buildings, children staring at something invisible outside the frame. Critics called the exhibition brilliantly unsettling. The artist called it honesty. His name was Daichi Kurige. At 34, he had become famous for painting emotions people preferred not to look at. His collection was called Portraits of Horror, not monsters, not blood, just human suffering captured in stillness. What made people uncomfortable was how real it felt. One evening during a quiet exhibition, a woman stood in front of one of the paintings longer than anyone else. The painting showed a man sitting beside a hospital bed. The woman lying in it was asleep, but the man's face held something worse than grief: helplessness. The woman studying the painting whispered softly, "He stayed until the end, didn't he?" Daichi, who had been standing nearby unnoticed, answered quietly, "Yes." She turned slightly, surprised. "You're the artist I am." She looked back at the painting. "You must have loved someone like that." Daichi said nothing. After a moment, she introduced herself. "My name is Rei Nakamura." Rei was not an art critic. She was a psychologist who studied trauma and emotional memory. She had come to the gallery out of curiosity after hearing people describe Daichi's work as uncomfortably accurate. And she was right. Daichi's paintings didn't feel imagined, they felt remembered. Rei began visiting the gallery often. At first, they spoke only about art, then about emotions, then about the strange way humans tried to hide pain, even while carrying it everywhere. One evening, while standing in front of a painting of a couple arguing in a rainstorm, Rei asked him something unusual. "Why do you only paint suffering?" Daichi shrugged. "Because happiness doesn't stay still long enough to paint. That's a sad way to see the world, it's a realistic one." Rei studied him carefully. "No," she said gently. "It's a wounded one." Daichi should have disliked her. She analyzed him too wisely. She saw through his quiet defenses. But strangely, he kept inviting her back. Maybe because she didn't pity him, she simply observed him with calm understanding. And over time, the gallery felt less empty when she was there. One rainy night, after closing the gallery, they sat together drinking cheap coffee. Rei pointed to a painting of a woman standing on a bridge. The expression on her face wasn't sadness, it was resignation. "Who was she?" Rei asked. Daichi froze. "You assumed she was real." She was. He looked at the painting for a long time. "Her name was Yuki." The name lingered in the quiet room. "She was my fiancée." Rei didn't interrupt. "She had severe depression." Daichi continued. "I thought love would fix it." His voice remained calm. "I was wrong." The rain outside grew heavier. "She jumped from that bridge 3 years ago," Rei whispered. "I'm sorry." Daichi shook his head. "Don't be." "Why?" "Because she was smiling the last time I saw her." That detail hurt more than anything else. After that night, Rei understood something important. Daichi wasn't painting horror. He was painting guilt. Every canvas was a confession. Every face was someone he felt he had failed. Despite knowing this, Rei kept coming back. Maybe because she believed broken people deserved to be understood. Or maybe because she had her own loneliness she never talked about. Eventually, their connection became something more fragile and dangerous than friendship. Not sudden romance, but quiet affection. Long conversations after midnight. Soft touches that lingered a little too long. And moments when Daichi almost smiled again. One day, Rei suggested something surprising. "Paint something different." Daichi raised an eyebrow. "Like what?" "Hope." He laughed. "That's not my style." "Maybe it should be." He shook his head. "Hope is temporary." Rei looked at him carefully. "Pain is temporary too." Months passed. Daichi began a new painting. For the first time, it didn't show tragedy. It showed two people sitting in a quiet room together, not smiling but peaceful. It was the closest thing to happiness he had ever painted. The woman in the painting looked suspiciously like Rei, but just as the painting neared completion, something changed. Rei started canceling visits. Her messages became shorter. Her voice sounded tired. One night, Daichi confronted her. "Are you avoiding me?" Rei hesitated. "No, that's not convincing." She looked away. "I've been busy." "With what?" Silence filled the room. Finally, she said softly, "I've been sick." Daichi felt a cold wave move through him. "What kind of sick?" Rei smiled faintly. "The kind doctors can't fix." The words felt cruelly familiar. "No," Daichi whispered. "I'm afraid so." She stepped closer to the unfinished painting. "You see the irony, right?" He didn't answer. "I spent years helping people survive their trauma, and now I'm running out of time." Her voice remained calm, almost a calm. Daichi clenched his fists. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I didn't want to become another tragedy in your gallery." Rei stopped visiting the gallery after that. Not because she didn't care, but because she knew Daichi's greatest fear was loving someone he couldn't save, and she refused to make him relive that nightmare. Months later, Daichi finished the painting. He titled it Before the Silence. It showed two people sitting together in a quiet room, their hands almost touching. Not quite, because sometimes love exists in the space between what people feel and what they allow themselves to keep. The painting became the centerpiece of his next exhibition. Critics called it his most heartbreaking work. not because of horror, but because of what it almost became. Daichi never painted hope again after that. But sometimes, when visitors stood in front of before the silence, they felt something strange, not despair, not tragedy. Just the quiet understanding that some love stories end not with betrayal or hatred, but with two people choosing distance, so the other person doesn't have to watch them disappear.